All right, everybody, let's learn a piece of vocabulary from a jazz master today and talk about where it might be useful and how you can think about it. But like any good jazz student, before we do anything with the theory or music on screen or anything like that, we need to audiate this line first. We need to get it into our ears first. So first, just listen, okay? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Listen again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Okay, so now do your best to sing it with me. That's it. Just do your best. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just do your best. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Let's sing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I'm going to add some context with the left hand. I'm going to add roots underneath this, the roots to the chords that are going on underneath this phrase. Your job remains the same. Just keep trying to sing it and try to get it a little bit better each time you sing it. Okay, so here's your starting pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we're going to sing it 2 more times, but I want you to think about the syllables that you're using because you might be so worried about the pitches that you're not considering using syllables that actually make it sound like jazz, right? So let's sing it together one time, and I want you to really listen to my syllables and see if you can start to match them maybe the second time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bo dit dit do bo do dit dit do bo do dit dit. Shobo do dit dit do 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 dit dit do 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 dit. All right, so let's sing it together one time, okay? Using some cool syllables. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, can we do it one more time, but really try to go a little bit overboard with the syllables? Clearly, this has something to do with the blues, right? I think you probably hear that at the end of the line. Let's try to give it a little bit more attitude. 1, 2, 3. See, I did sacrifice a little bit of pitch for the spirit of the thing. And I think very often we should sacrifice some of our technical mastery, our precision for a feeling. All right, so now that we've done a lot of work audiating it, singing it, we've worked on our syllables, we've done all the things necessary, now we can actually look at it. I think about it as earning the right to actually look at it. Now, first of all, who is this? Well, it's the great Harry Sweets Edison, one of my favorite trumpet players in the history of jazz. And lately, I've just been listening to so much Sweets. His sense of swing and his sound and the way he plays things, second to none. And it's off of a blues, an A-flat concert blues called Edison's Lights. So obviously, when you get done with this video, just go and check out the source recording of this piece of vocabulary. There's so many things about it that I'm not capturing, both because I'm not a very good keyboard player. I'm only playing the keyboard so that we could do all these things. We can sing, I can play the roots while I'm playing the piece of vocabulary. But that trumpet captures so much more than what I'm doing right now. So you have to go and check out the original recording. I mean, look at the personnel on this recording. How could you not go check it out? And when you get with that recording, sing. sing like crazy and try to match everything that Sweets is doing. And the only reason I'm not using the source recording in the video is it's just the way that YouTube works. If I put that recording in my video, I risk a copyright strike, and then I've put together this whole thing just to have YouTube deny it. So I really, really wish I could use the recordings. And I would say that using it constitutes fair use, but there's all these stories of YouTubers getting a lot of trouble for that, and I don't want them to delete my channel. That would really stink. But there's another reason to come and join me in my school group where I can use source recordings. We can really dive deep into that stuff. I'll leave a link below the video where you can do that. It's totally free. And on our Zoom calls, we very regularly work with these recordings, bouncing off of it, playing all that stuff. You find that link and learn more about it in the description below. Let's put this up on the screen so that you can see what's actually going on here. So this is a concert A-flat blues, and the piece of vocabulary that we've been hearing and singing together is basically the last 4 bars of the blues, right? So we've got the 2-5 in the key of A-flat. 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, and that's it. That's the whole thing. So first thing I want to talk about on this is that Sweets is really not playing the 2-5-1 in the way that a lot of us would, where we pay attention to every single chord. We're trying to outline every single chord. We're trying to do a whole bunch of really, really fancy stuff. I mean, that stuff is great, but it's also important to realize, and I think a lot of students forget, that it's okay not to, cut through those changes like a Swiss Army knife. It's actually okay to just kind of play over them in like a key center way, especially in the blues. Do you notice that the shape he's using is really like a major pentatonic in the key of A flat? We haven't left the major pentatonic yet. Here's the first note where we leave the pentatonic. And then we go right back into it. So out of that entire 4 bars of material, he only leaves the major pentatonic scale 1 time, the A flat major pentatonic scale. And when he leaves the pentatonic scale, what's he using? He's using the flat 3, the blues note, the note that sort of connotates the blues, playing that flat 3 in whatever key you're in. So this is the first lesson I think we can take away from this, is that when we see a 2-5-1, a lot of the time our brain goes, this is what I've been preparing for. This is what all those hours of practicing have been about. When in fact, a lot of the time, the thing that actually fits with the phrase that we're playing is not, running up and down a whole bunch of scales and doing a bunch of chord substitutions and chromaticism and all that kind of stuff. Again, especially in the blues. And this is not just a Sweets thing, right? Like Sweets was kind of a chameleon. He could play the bebop stuff. He could play the more trad stuff. Fantastic blues musician. But if you listen to, the bebop musicians, they very often do this as well. Sonny Stitt is a great example of a musician who could do anything bebop-wise, specificity-wise, but very, very often chose to just play the blues, play in the home key, play something that made you feel something over a place like a 2-5-1 in the blues or in rhythm changes. That's a video for a different time. Even the most modern musicians, you hear them doing this a lot. Because what does it do? It grounds you. It brings the music back to that space where you're trying to make your audience actually feel something beyond what the hell was that. So I think this is a lesson that you could really take with you, is that you don't always need to slice and dice the 2-5-1 progressions. Think about trying to give your audience kind of the stank face. So what can you do right now after you turn this video off? Well, you can put on a blues backing track and you can attempt to play something just like bluesy over the 2-5-1. Don't go into your bebop bag. Don't go into your modern bag. And just kind of make sure that you have the ability to do it. Because a lot of times I hear people's phrases take a left turn, and I don't think they wanted to go there. They just relied on like their muscle memory. And they actually don't have access to the blues sound, even if they're like sort of hearing it in their head. The only thing they have access to over a 251 is, again, a bunch of like really specific stuff. All right, let's sing through this line one more time before we go. And then you can transfer it to your instrument once the video is over, or whatever you want to do with this. Just try to figure out how to translate this absolutely fantastic line into your practice. That's all. There's your starting note, remember? All right, here's your starting pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bo bo did did do bo do did did do bo do did did. Sho bo do did did do 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 did did do 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 do. Bam bam bo bo boom bam. 2. Again. 2, 3. Bo bo did did do bo do did did do bo do did did. Sho bo do did did do 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 did did do 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 do. Bam bam bo 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 bam. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this was of use to you. If it was, hit that like button, subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody.